Wedgeworth with Charter One Realty with their Real Estate Insights. One of the questions that people ask me often is, how can I get top dollar from my house in a slow market? I've done some studies on this recently, and the national statistics show that if your home sells within the first 30 days of listing, you usually get a higher price for the home. That's contrary to the way most people work on selling their home. I usually go out and meet with people, and I look at the house and I'll say your house is worth $800 or whatever. And traditionally people say, no, I think it's worth $900. And I say, well, let's look at the comparable sales and let's look at what's on the market today and what your competition is. But they always say, well, can we try $900? Sure. The house that's on the market, it doesn't sell. And statistics show that the longer the house stays on the market, the less the house sells for. So what usually happens, after a period of time, my seller will call up and say, well, you're probably right, maybe it's not worth $900. Maybe you're right, maybe it is worth $800. They'll adjust the price of the house, but by this time it's been on the market several months. And then when it's been on the market a long time, people just assume something's wrong with it because nobody else has bought it. So I always encourage my people to try to pick the price that the house will sell at from the start of the listing, not at the end of the listing period. We found that when you put a house on the market at a good price, you get a ton of activity and people get excited about it. They tell their friends about it. The realtors know it's a good house. They're making phone calls. And we have seen, we can kind of tell by a couple things. One is we can tell by the number of second and third showings when a house is going to sell. I had a house recently that I've had 66 showings on the house, but not a single person has looked at it twice. That's usually not a good sign. The way it works, people go out and look at 8 or 10 houses and they'll do what we call the short list. They'll say that we want to see these 2 houses again tomorrow, and they come back and look at those houses tomorrow. But if the house is overpriced, you never make the short list. So what happens is nobody looks at it twice. It stays on the market a long time. You have to adjust the price. But the longer it stays on the market, usually you have to adjust the price more because people are saying, why isn't the house sold? Why isn't the house sold? I would encourage anybody that's looking at selling their house in today's market to have an honest talk with the realtor and ask them, what do you think it's going to take to get this house sold in the next 30 days? Hope it works for you. James Wedgeworth, Charter One Realty. Thanks for watching.